Aloha Shoyu, and today we're having our very first collaboration with Chef Doreen here.
Hey!
How you doing?
I'm great, Chef Reggie. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, so Chef Doreen came here. She's going to showcase a vegan dish today with us using our Aloha Shoyu's gluten-free spicy teriyaki sauce. And give us a little feedback of what you're making, Chef.
All right, so I actually was inspired by one of my friends, and that's the thing about cooking, right? Like, we all get inspiration from other people.
Yeah.
So I love eggplant. When I was a kid, I thought it was really gross. But anyways, I love it now. And my friend Sue was making this, and it's so amazing and delicious because I think that eggplant is underrated. Don't you think? Do you see it a lot?
I like eggplant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we use it a lot in, Filipino cuisine, yeah. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good to know. See, and I didn't always eat it, so now when I see great dishes, I love it. So I'm really excited about using the new gluten-free spicy teriyaki sauce.
Yeah.
And I think this is really great. A lot of people don't realize that, well, maybe they do, but there's a lot of people who are gluten intolerant, and so I think Aloha Shoyu is really working on bringing in more products.
Absolutely.
And so for those of you who don't know, obviously it's the wheat that's inside soy sauce that people who are intolerant of wheat, they can't have that. And in the past they've had tamari and things like that. So basically what it is now is that it's just made with soybeans and no wheat added, correct?
Awesome.
All right, good.
Free.
Wheat free. All right, so this dish is so fragrant, so delicious, and that's why I thought this would be perfect. So vegan, vegetarian, whatever you want to call it, and it's not even intentional. It's just really about making a great dish with a great sauce for someone to enjoy.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah? All right, so let's just get into it. Is that okay? Might as well?
Yeah.
So, once I've halved it, okay, I cut it in half. This is where you're going to score it. Here, you want to use one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll let you do one, and I'll do a couple, and I'll do it. So you're going to score it. So almost like, how like when you do meat, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys can see it. So I'm just going to go down, and maybe about, I don't know, a quarter of an inch apart, right?
It helps the cooking process also, yeah.
That's right. And then I'm going to score it in the other direction too. So this is going to give it a really pretty, like, kind of diamond effect. And when you cook it, it's just, like I said, it's so good. And what's nice is by cutting this open, right, not only is it going to help it cook faster, but it's going to let the sauce kind of get into all the flavors, right? Now, sometimes when, in the past, when I've made like eggplant, you can salt it in advance, right?
Oh,
do you salt your...
Yeah, I mean, like when we saute, you want to get rid of some of that liquid that's inside of the eggplant. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
But I'm not salting it. Like, look, if you really want to salt it, go for it. And that's the one thing I think about cooking that I think is really important for everybody to remember is that, look, make it your own, right? We find something that inspires us, and then you kind of make it your own. Okay, so I'm not necessarily concerned about the water. Why? Because this sauce is going to thicken on its own too, just because there's already naturally sugars in it. But because I'm using the spicy teriyaki sauce, it's going to sit in this sauce, right? And I'm okay if some of that liquid comes out.
It helps it cook and steam also, yeah.
Exactly. All right. So, and you want to cook quickly because, right, when you cut open the eggplant, it oxidizes.
And it changes color.
That's right. And so, all right. Now that we have everything, let's gonna go over the rest of our ingredients. We also have jalapenos. So I love spicy food. When you're doing, I did jalapenos, and I usually like red chilies. But if you can't find, and the red chilies actually aren't super spicy, but if you can't find red chilies, or if you just don't really want too much spice, two things. Instead of the spicy, you can just get your...
Yeah, we can use your Aloha Shoyu's gluten soy, and then you can make probably a teriyaki sauce with this, Just throw this in the pot, garlic, green onion, ginger, sugar, and then there you go, thicken it up.
Super easy. Okay, I love that. And then, instead of the spices, instead of all these chili peppers, you could use bell pepper.
Yeah.
So you know. So anyways, but for today, we are going to use red bell pepper, and of course green onion. I've got the garlic and the onion, and we're going to saute, brown the eggplant first in a little bit of butter and oil. And the reason why we put oil with butter is because...
So it steams and it browns the eggplant.
Yeah. And it doesn't burn.
It has like milk solids in it, so it helps with the browning.
Yes, yes, and we add the oil to help so the butter doesn't burn right now, right? So I'm gonna share something with you guys, and I think you already know this,
Yeah.
right?
So some people say that the spiciness comes from the seeds of the jalapeno, but where does it come from?
It's really coming from the pith, which is all that white stuff. Okay, so usually I'll have gloves on, and then I'll clean out the pith, but yeah, that's where a lot of that spice is, and you can clean that up. But Chef Reggie was so great. He's already prepped everything and it's ready. And a lot of times, like say you cut in half, you can actually, yes, you can clean it even deeper, okay? But I'm not gonna do it right now because I know I touch my eyes and I don't wanna burn myself. All right, so now that we have everything, we're gonna head over to the stove.
Yeah.
And let's get cooking.
Awesome, Chef.
Oh. All right, so we're working on an induction stove and it is already hot, hot, hot. All right, so I put the oil in first. I've got that butter going. It's already super hot, so I'm going to grab my eggplant. Okay, so these are ginormous eggplant. And because this thing is going so quickly, I almost feel like it could take more butter. So I'm just gonna throw some in. Who doesn't love butter? Mm-hmm. Chef Reggie loves butter.
Smells good.
All right, so let's take a look. I just want all that butter underneath. Make sure that it gets nice and golden.
The thing with eggplant too is they soak a lot of oil also, yeah.
Yeah, they do. You're absolutely right. So if we need to add a little bit more, we can. So look at that, gold, look at that.
Yeah.
That's really pretty. All right. All right, it's been steaming for a little bit. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of honey. I think, you could add it whenever you want. All right. And I'll close that up one more time. And just let it keep kind of steaming for a little bit, okay? And once that's all done, then we'll go ahead and take it out and we'll set it aside, and in the same pan, I'll go ahead and make all of the ingredients for the sauce.
Awesome.
All right, all right. Would you mind just getting the platter, and then we'll go ahead and set that, because I don't want to overwork this too. See how soft it is already?
Yeah.
And it smells so good, even just the honey. All right. All right, perfect. All right, I'm just gonna leave that honey in there. I'm not gonna worry about it. We're gonna add a little bit more oil and butter. Do you wanna grab the butter and the oil? I love butter. This is like one of my favorite things. All right, so I'll put 2 pats in. Go ahead and put in a little bit of oil.
A little bit of oil.
All right.
Good.
Perfect. Thank you. And even that honey is gonna just add so much, I think, to this the sauce too, right? All right, so I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit. All right, I'm gonna add my onion. And this is so finely chopped. I think it's beautiful. Thank you, that's perfect. All right, I like a lot of garlic too. But remember, it's gonna cook down, right?
Right.
Okay. Tell everybody why we always put garlic after the onion and you don't do it first.
It'll burn.
That's right. So just be really careful about that. So I'm just kind of stirring that up, letting that soften. I'm going to add my jalapenos. My red peppers. And again, remember, you guys, you don't have to add, the chilies, right? So you don't have to make this a spicy version. And what I love about the Aloha gluten-free teriyaki sauce is it already has a really nice amount of heat. So for those of you who, with that perfect amount of heat, if you want to just use bell peppers, right, green and red, you can. That way you're not adding extra spice to your dish, okay? So, all right, got this going. A little bit of green onions. And I'm going to make sure I reserve some of the green onions to finish off at the end, right?
All right, like garnish.
That's right. But see how pretty this is?
Yeah, it's colorful.
I love it. And I think this is just, adding to the dish in itself, right?
Yes.
So once this kind of cooks down, we're going to go ahead and add the sauce in. And I'm going to cook it as long as just to soften all the vegetables and to make sure, like, it takes away, like, the sharpness of the garlic, Okay, so Again, if you've never had this, and I encourage everyone to always try something. Like I always put a little bit in the spoon, try it, so you can see also the level of heat that is in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there because I have so much product, and I think for me, I'm a sauce girl. I love sauce on all my food. So good. Okay, so I'm gonna let this, I'm gonna turn it up a bit because I want it to bring it to a little boil, and so it's gonna start simmering.
Yep.
And then let's check how much it thickens.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Thickening up really nicely. So at this point, I'm actually gonna add the eggplant right back in. All right. I love a good thickened sauce. I don't like really wet sauces, you know? Thank you. I'm gonna let that simmer. We could say that this is actually ready.
Yeah.
And like I said, what's great is if you don't have time for this to sit in this forever, as long as your sauce is really at the point of where you want it to, this is perfect.
It's good as it is.
Yeah, it really is. And that's the beauty of this dish now, because now all you have to do is just get your one Aloha, the gluten-free spicy teriyaki sauce, and you can make this entire dish and with just all the vegetables. Doesn't this look amazing? All right, I'm gonna hand that to you because I didn't close it and lock it. All right. Now, once I dish it up, I'm gonna put all this beautiful sauce with all these vegetables and chilies. Just wow. Isn't that beautiful? I love a good colorful dish. That's like steaming. Finished.
Awesome, smells
guys,
good.
Right? Oh, thank you so much. I'm so pleased that you like it, Chef Reggie, because Chef Reggie, he's executive chef of Aloha Shoyu. You know, that means a lot, and I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you. This is such a great dish. Thank you so much to you.
Thank you for coming here.
Yeah, and Aloha Shoyu for making the spicy gluten-free teriyaki sauce. Guys, make this at home. It is so easy, so delicious. Do you want to take a bite?
Sure.
All right.
Chef Doreen, thank you for making this eggplant dish. Vegan dish actually looks very good.
You're so welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Do you want to dig in?
Of course.
All right, dig in. So, again, guys, thank you for having me, and thank you for sharing the new Aloha Shoyu spicy gluten-free teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Such a great, easy sauce to use, and I think that's what you guys do a lot of times. Is you create a sauce that everyone can just use very simply without having to do much to it.
Right.
And it just really enhances the dish. So amazing. All right, go dig in. Don't wait for me. All right. Oh.
Nice.
And those are the pieces. This is the piece that came in later. You know what I mean? All right. Look, I'm digging out the skin. Sometimes I like it without the skin. And I'm getting all the little bits of the sauce.
Yeah. Just right. I like it. It's not too soft, yeah. The eggplant. It's good.
And you know what? I actually get a little bit of. I love the hint of spice. It's not overly spicy, and even though we put in the jalapenos, you know, and this has its good spice amount too. But I think the eggplant kind of absorbs all that.
Right.
I love this dish, and thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Chef Reggie. And